Hello everyone, welcome to another video of YouTube channel Little About Aviation. This is the last video of video series related to landing gear. In previous videos, we talked about different type of landing gear, how landing gear are extended or retracted, and we also talked about emergency landing of Lot Polish Airlines flight number 16. Link of previous videos is given in description section down below and I section at top right corner. In this video, we will be talking about nose landing gear, mechanism of its operation, solutions of different problem related to nose landing gear, and we will also be talking about emergency landing of JetBlue Airlines flight number 292. So, stay tuned with us throughout the video.
Signal 861, the wind 0907, takeoff 07 right. Critical runway 07 right, the airport is 61.
Before starting topic of this video, please subscribe to the channel and turn on notification so that you can get all the updates regarding our upcoming videos. For maneuvering aircraft on ground, nose wheel unit uses two different systems. Number 1, castering system, and number 2, steering wheel system. Castering system is the ability of nose wheel to turn in either direction as a result of differential braking or thrust or aerodynamic forces on rudder, and to return back to its central position after forces are removed. This system helps to maneuver aircraft without nose wheel steering on ground. Steering wheel system is a hydraulically controlled system that enables nose wheel to rotate freely according to command provided by pilot. This system allows the engine to set at minimum power setting while taxiing. It helps in saving fuel and also reduces tire and brake wear, as well as it also reduces noise pollution. This system includes a cockpit steering wheel or tiller, a control valve, steering cylinder to hold the nose gear, and a feedback device to hold the nose gear at selected angle. A aircraft can be steered by using two different processes. Number 1, steering wheel or tiller, and number 2, rudder. By the help of tiller, an aircraft can turn at an angle of 75 degrees on either side, which is ideal for taxiing into gate and lining up with runway for takeoff. As the aircraft starts its takeoff roll, the tiller input decreases with increase in speed. So, pilot uses rudder to control the nose wheel. The movement of rudder is connected with nose wheel, and maximum deflection obtained is 6 degrees on either side. With increase in speed, the angle of deflection decreases. Now, let us know how hydraulic steering works. The operating pressure for this system is derived from aircraft hydraulic system. The hydraulic pressure is supplied from the same hydraulic system that lowers the landing gear, due to which nose wheel steering is enabled only if landing gear is in extended position. There are two steering actuators that steers the nose wheel. There is restrictor in hydraulic pipeline between two steering actuators. Restrictor provide dampening for steering operation, hence preventing nose wheel shimmy. Shimmy will be explained in later part of the video. The tiller from cockpit is mechanically connected to control valve. Movement of tiller bring movement in control valve which cause fluid to flow to steering actuator, causing the nose wheel to turn. Once the nose wheel reaches to selected angle, the follow-up linkage will centralize the control valve, hence shutting down flow of fluid to actuator. There is a safety bypass valve between actuator, which is normally closed by hydraulic pressure. The purpose of safety bypass valve is to allow the nose wheel to caster freely if there is any hydraulic failure. Ground personnel can disconnect steering system during towing or pushback operation. The nose wheel contains bypass lever which operate a bypass valve. When operated by ground personnel, it opens the valve, allowing fluid to flow freely to steering actuator. This disconnects the cockpit steering or tiller connection, thus allowing tow truck to maneuver aircraft freely. A bypass pin with a flag is used to hold the valve in open position. Once the aircraft is pushed back from its gate, the ground engineer removes the bypass pin, thus closing bypass valve. The ground engineer needs to show bypass pin to pilot after completion of towing operation. This step ensures pilot that they can operate nose wheel steering freely. Now, let us talk about problem for nose wheel gear unit. The landing gear must always be in central position while extending or retracting. If landing gear is not centralized before retracting, then the nose landing gear won't fit inside nose wheel well, and if landing gear is not centralized after extending, then the aircraft can undergo structural damage or aircraft can undergo runway excursion, and in worst case scenario, aircraft will crash, causing a lot of fatalities. The landing gear is centralized either by a cam system or by hydraulic power being applied to both landing gear actuator. Another major problem for nose wheel is shimmy. Shimmy is an unstable, rapid and semicidal vibration or oscillation. It can be caused due to flexibility of tire sidewalls, broken truck link, wear in wheel bearing, and uneven tire pressure increases the tendency to shimmy. Excessive shimmy at high speed can set up vibration throughout aircraft and can be dangerous as well. The best way to keep shimmy minimum is by maintaining nose landing gear properly, and it is found that double nose wheel reduces shimmy. The larger aircraft with multi-wheel connection faces a major problem of sliding main gear while turning, which is known as scrubbing. Scrubbing decreases lifespan of tires. This is a major problem for body main gear unit as it is nearer to central line of the aircraft. In order to solve this problem, body main gear unit is designed in such a way that it can rotate to a certain angle along with the rotation of nose wheel unit. Introduction of this design has reduced tire wear and also has decreased the radius of curvature for turning. In our videos, we not only provide you all information about different topic of aviation industry, we also talk about a crash or emergency situation related to same topic. Similarly, today we will be talking about emergency landing of JetBlue Airlines flight number 292. September 21, 2005. Los Angeles International Airport, California, United States. It was a normal busy day at LAX. But all of a sudden an aircraft was spotted circling over Pacific Ocean for over an hour. It was JetBlue Airlines flight number 292. The aircraft was suffering from an unusual situation of rotated nose landing gear wheel. The wheel was rotated at an angle of 90 degrees and it was perpendicular to central line of the aircraft. The aircraft was preparing itself for emergency landing at Los Angeles International Airport. JetBlue Airlines flight number 292 was originated from Bob Hope Airport, Burbank, California, and was en route to John F. Kennedy International Airport, New York. The aircraft was Airbus A320-200 and was carrying 146 people on board. At around 3:17 p.m. local time, flight number 292 took off from Burbank. Shortly after takeoff, pilot realized that there is some problem with landing gear because they were not able to retract landing gear. They then flew over Long Beach Municipal Airport in Long Beach to allow officials in Air Traffic Control Tower to access the damage to its landing gear. It was found that nose wheel was rotated 90 degrees to left. Rather than landing at Long Beach Airport, pilot in command made a decision to land at Los Angeles International Airport in order to take advantage of its long and wide runway and modern safety equipment. Flight number 292 was carrying 46,000 pounds of fuel, and as Airbus A320 is not able to dump fuel, aircraft was circling over Pacific Ocean for burning excess fuel. This reduced the chance of fire. The news agency were covering live footage of flight number 292 circling over Pacific Ocean. As JetBlue planes are equipped with direct TV satellite television, passengers on flight 292 were able to watch live coverage of their flight circling over Pacific Ocean. This had increased panic among passengers, so in-flight entertainment system was turned off by crew. After circling over Pacific Ocean for over an hour, flight number 292 lined up with runway 25 left for landing. The emergency services were on standby position. The aircraft was on short final. Rear main landing gear touches the runway and pilot was trying its level best to keep nose high in air. The nose wheel touches the runway and it starts fuming. After some time, a small fire started to come out from nose wheel unit and it started to disintegrate. At around 6:20 p.m., the aircraft came to a complete stop very close to end of 11,092 feet long runway. Emergency vehicle rushes to the site and evacuation started. All 146 people on board were evacuated with no injuries. Pilot did a great job by safely landing the aircraft and saved life of all 146 people on board on flight 292. Shortly after incident, investigation started. The media reported that this was at least 70th occurrence of an Airbus A320 series aircraft touching down with landing gear locked at 90 degrees out of position. Massey-Doty, which manufactured nose gear assembly for Airbus A320, stated in a NTSB report in 2004 that A part of gear had been redesigned to prevent future problems, but at the time of incident, the redesign was awaiting approval. Mechanism familiar with the common fault usually replace or redesign the brake steering control unit or BSCU computer. The NTSB report says that worn out seal were blamed for malfunction and that BSCU system contributed to the problem. The NTSB reported that Airbus had upgraded the system to take care of the problem. After this incident, JetBlue flight from Burbank to New York was numbered from 292 to 358. That is all for this video. Thank you everyone for your valuable time. Hope the video might have been informative to you. If you like the content of the channel, then consider subscribing to it. And don't forget to turn on notifications so that you can get all the updates regarding our upcoming videos. If you have any suggestion for us or you want to share anything, please mention it in the comment section down below. You can follow us on social media as well. Link for all the social media account is mentioned in description section down below. Until next time, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.